Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Guerin Catholic for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Guerin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari, and any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Guerin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN,
where you're always in the game.
Live from Aspen Creek Grill, it's Keith Myers and Sean Crawl. It's our football show, and we've got some football coaches with us.
We do, but we have the most important guest first.
Who's that? Oh, Mike
Yes.
Bennett.
Thanks.
The general manager is with us.
Hey,
it's packed in here tonight.
Yeah, it's a busy night tonight.
They know we're here,
They
right?
do. It's all because of you guys.
Yeah, sure it is. Okay. You're a big old football fan. The NFL opens up tonight.
Yep.
Are you going to put it on the screens?
Yep, it'll be on TV here in a little bit. So we always make sure we have the sports playing. It's been an awkward time right now for kind of in between all the sports and watching baseball and trades. And so we're excited for football season to get started.
We came early today, and we saw St. Louis beat the Cubs today, so that's a good thing.
No, that's not a good thing.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about the specials this week.
Oh, sure.
This month.
Yeah, so we just started a new margarita. It's a paradise margarita, so it's a prickly pear and jalapeno margarita. It's got a little bit of kick to it.
A jalapeno?
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
It's really good.
Okay.
So that's a feature.
It's real good. He's tried them.
Yep. So that's being featured this month, and then we have a chance to win a $500 Ticketmaster gift card when you purchase the margarita. So, and obviously, you can try to win if you don't purchase one because Indiana has those weird rules. So,
Gotcha.
and since we're on the air, I better make sure I am truthful. And then tonight's obviously big steak night. Thursday nights we love to have our 16-ounce ribeyes for $21.99. So if you like a big ribeye, it's a good night to come.
Yep. Football coaches all over the state tonight coming in, and you gave them nice little gift cards. Thank you for that. I appreciate
my pleasure.
That.
Yep.
So talk a little bit about how business has been, because usually it's kind of dead, but business has been real well.
Yeah, I mean, I think more and more people find it's a great place to eat. They love coming out here. They know the food's fresh. They're getting a great value, for what we offer, and you can afford to eat here a couple times a month, and where some places you go, you only can afford to eat once a month. So it works out good.
And you're right down the street from Hamilton Southeastern.
Whoop whoop.
Mount Vernon and Fishers, if they want to use
Noblesville?
a tailgate, you're always welcome for that.
Definitely. Yeah, we would love to help support those schools, and just reach out and ask. I think Gridiron Club for Fishers has already reached out, so the challenge is out there now for HSE to actually maybe give me a call.
Well, you'll have the coach here tonight, so
that'll be good.
Every coach is going to go through Mike's office. So. Talk a little bit. This is our last show before we go on the field. Talk a little bit about the 3 shows that we've done. We've had a great response to that, and you have actually introduced us some guests that are coming on in later episodes.
Yeah, I think people are excited about it. They've had always asking questions like what's going on or what are they doing back there? Am I going to be on TV? And once we explain to them what you guys do and how you help us and how we help you, I mean, it's a great relationship for both of us. And those last couple of shows have been great. I've learned some stuff. I just kind of listening to you guys and talking to you. So I appreciate the partnership, and I look forward to many more.
Got a couple of new coaches tonight that's going to walk in. It's the first time they come in, and we'll make a good impression for you.
Good. Thank you very much.
Mike Bennett, anytime you want to come to Aspen Creek Grill, check out Mike. He always working.
What? Powwow shrimp.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget the powwow shrimp.
Yeah. We'll take a break. We'll be back with our first coach. Denny Tolles will be with us after this.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on IndianaSRN. If you would like to know more information about IndianaSRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Live from Aspen Creek Grill, Keith Myers, Sean Crawl, and with us, a new sponsor is Wheeler Mission. They just signed on, and Denny Tolles works for Wheeler Mission, but I invited Denny because of Wheeler Mission, but Denny is a big-time IndianaSRN viewer and listener.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys started long ago with Covenant, and I was involved with the athletic program a little bit there, and so got to know you and a bunch of the folks there, and so been a great time getting to know you guys and seeing you guys evolve over the years.
13 years for Covenant Christian this year. 13.
Has it been that many? I wasn't sure how long it was, but that's great.
Andy Gossel will tell you it just seemed like yesterday, but he's no longer there, so David does a great job. David Phelps.
It's my 12th year, and my very first game was a Covenant Christian baseball game.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
On a Friday that he met me on a Wednesday. That's how quick that worked. Talk a little bit about Wheeler Mission and why IndianaSRN for Wheeler Mission.
Well, a couple different ways. I mean, you've got the corporate speak where you like-minded organizations like SRN and Wheeler Mission who share common shared values like, the fact that we're faith-based, the fact that we really want to do a service to the community in our own way. Wheeler does it one way. You guys are able to provide families and kids and schools opportunities that don't come around to just every student at a particular school. So again, when you have those shared values and the fact that organizations like yourself and like Wheeler, they create a synergy because they have so many common touch points that it's really easy for when you put those things together. All of a sudden, man, you get a wider audience. You get people who are more interested in what you're doing. You get bigger donor bases, and all of a sudden, what we want to do, because we serve the community, we want to have an impactful community footprint. And I think, though you guys are doing great without Wheeler's doing okay without you, it's just kind of a natural connection that we would be able to do something together and create even more than what we would do on our own.
Yeah, and the cool thing, we're going to be involved with the drumstick dash.
Yeah.
The turkey. I think
yeah.
Sean's going to be in the turkey suit this year.
As long as I don't have to run, just don't make me run.
That is great.
I know
you'll be the hit of the party.
Talk to us a little bit about that. I know you have a lot of fundraisers. That is one of the fundraisers that I know that the corporate's looking, because of what we do, and we're all over the state of Indiana. It just brings some attention to that.
Oh, absolutely. And again, one of the things that a lot of people, even people who have worked with Wheeler a lot, don't realize that Indianapolis is the largest city in the United States that does not have government-funded shelter. So every single dime we get is from individuals, from businesses, from churches, from grants and fundraisers. So we have to be good at what we do. So we have to have these really unique fundraisers like a drumstick dash to be able to bring together not only people who will give money to help Wheeler continue the services that they provide for the homeless and drug addiction, but also be able to bring families together and to do something really special on a day that, quite honestly, nobody else does a lot of stuff those mornings.
Always cold, always raining, and always cold. Last year he had me standing in a puddle. But I love it.
So people that are watching now, how can they get in contact with you or with Wheeler Mission if they want to help?
They can go onto our website, and there's an event tab that goes down, and they can click on the drumstick dash and be able to register. They can register individually, as a family. We have many companies that actually do a really champion this particular cause at their sites, and that we've got a couple companies that will bring 200 and 300 people to the drumstick dash underneath the sign of their particular organization, and it's really fantastic. We started. This will be this is really special for us because this is our 20th year.
Yep.
And when it got started, we were like, is this going to even fly at all? And had a few hundred, and even at that, we were like, well, that's great. And then really just prior to COVID, we had nearly 20,000 people running.
Wow.
And on the course there in Broad Ripple, and it is really incredible. We have the mayor and Dave Clabro from THR, and we have a lot of really key people that have really helped us make this thing and continue to help this thing grow, especially being our biggest fundraiser.
What if people want to donate their time? How can they do that?
Oh, there's also a place on that website that they can go in and be a volunteer. And needless to say, when you're trying to navigate and manipulate and choreograph 20,000 runners on a Thanksgiving money, man, we have people that are doing everything. So we many of our guests come out. Our guests at Wheeler will come out. People that are in our men's and women's residential programs, they'll come out and help. But yeah, we would never tell you that we have enough help.
What's the website address?
The website is just wheelermission.org.
Okay.
Yeah, wheelermission.org.
Awesome.
Hospitality tent's a really nice tent.
No, I bet that's where you work, isn't it?
No, last year I was with Kurt Wallace. Kurt had me on I was a sideline reporter for Hoosier, Indiana radio.
Works out well for you.
It was really nice. I was cold and freezing, and everybody looked at me like I was lost or something. But it's a great organization. Did you talk a little bit about the involvement that you do outside Wheeler Mission? You do a lot of things overseas with basketball camps, and you always have had an act for young men and women. That's where we met a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. You helped me with a basketball camp, and you were involved with Greenwood Christian. That's why Greenwood Christian is one of our clients today because of you. Talk a little bit about that, how you help the underprivileged kids to play basketball.
Well, my DNA is being a part of sports, with my dad being at Ben Davis High School. My sister's been a longtime senior director at the Pacers. My daughter works for the PGA, so it's almost like I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't sports. But really, because of my dad's involvement and helping him do camps, many decades ago, it just was something that I began to really have a passion about, and to be able to just provide these opportunities for kids here locally. And then, God just had continued to open doors for me to do camps in New Zealand. And as I had told you earlier off the air, that I just got back from Poland and Ukraine, and we're already a guy from FCA Ukraine has already contacted me about doing something once the craziness is over with there. And so it's just something that's a real passion for me. And with my connections, whether or not I'm a great guy or not, I just happen to have these connections, and I'm able to pull from all these. And all these people have been great to be able to help me put on these camps that really mean a lot to these kids.
Yep, you're a great guy. Believe it or not, you're a great guy. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, our first football coach here. But Denny's coming back later in the show.
Okay.
Because he's going to do our trivia guinea pig.
Yep.
You got good questions this time?
I have great questions.
Yep. Set the bar low. Thank you.
Set the bar low. We'll be back right after this.
Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see I get it?
Yeah.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably can help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back at Aspen Creek Grill, it is the preseason coaches show right here on IndianaSRN, and joining us now is the new head coach of the brand new program at Greenwood Christian Academy. It is Andre Dodson. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having us. This is awesome.
So I guess the elephant in the room is, what is it like to start a program in a smaller school for their very first year of football? Have you slept much?
Yeah, it's pretty much absolute craziness. It's not normal, but for whatever reason, God's put me in these positions over my years to have the opportunity to do this, and I feel like I thrive in it and enjoy the whole process very much, and I love sitting down 4 years from now looking back at what we've been able to do and accomplish, and God's put that on my heart, and so I enjoy it, actually, which is the crazy part.
Okay, you got to promise 4 years from now, when you're in the state title and we're doing your championship game, you remember this place right here, because you're now you have to come back every year. You're invited every year.
Awesome. We appreciate that. The 4 years to be in the state title, that's our goal. So we're going after it, and we're going to be bold about it.
You got lucky because normally he asks for a ring. So,
Covered Chris. I have asked for Covered Christian for a ring for years, and they said it's in the bubble gum machine. They gave me a quarter, and all I got was a tooth. So,
awesome. So explain to some people, like you're not in a sectional yet. If they go out and they look to see that you're not, what is the process of how many years you have to play before you can be in a sectional? I don't know if enough people understand that whole process.
Yeah, well, the state of Indiana just went through a whole redistricting process, and So we came in late into that, but we already knew by starting the program we would be basically on probation for 2 years until the next cycle came around. Then we'll be playoff eligible after this first 2 years. And when you're building a program, you'd love to go to playoffs, but in reality, you got a whole bunch of growth has to happen in order for you to get into the playoffs and or luck within your first 2 years. So right now we're just trying to establish a culture, lay the strong foundation down that we'll be able to build on very quickly.
Talk a little bit about a guy that was in Florida in May, all of a sudden gets the job and now flies up and now is the head coach, and it's August. What kind? First point, you have a saint for a wife to do that.
No, I do.
Talk a little bit about that transition, because I know Devin was talking about other coaches, and all of a sudden you came on the radar, and we talked a long time ago, and you said God put you here.
Yeah, I've learned over the years if I try to do something, it's never going to work. So I learned that you better do what God wants you to do, and it's always going to be bigger and better than you could ever think or imagine. So we're stepping out in faith by making this move up here. My wife and I, we look at situations, not overall states or whatever. We're looking at particular situations where we feel like we can be successful and get after, and we kind of felt like that's the case at Greenwood, and God just opened up all the doors and flew them all wide open. And that's what we ask when we're asking the Lord to do something, is open the doors wide open so that we can step through and shut everything else. And that's what he did with this move up. And yeah, thank God I've got the wife that I have, because she is amazing.
We all have amazing wives because we're all in sports, so they understand that. Okay, you have 18 kids to go out, and you're going to play 6 games, which for me, Sean, and you know this,
yes,
for the first year playing 6 games, 6 out of the 9 weeks, that's pretty impressive, Coach. But the 18 kids, what kind of kids do you have, and are they excited about the program? I know the school is very excited about the program.
Yeah, we have 18 out right now, but I feel very strongly we're going to be around the 25 mark when the first game comes around. People are just, the culture isn't football culture yet, and people are still on vacation and don't understand the start date and all of that, and that just takes time. But we're actually up to 8 games. Still trying to fill one last game on the schedule. Feel very blessed to be able to do that this late into the scenario. But yeah, the kids are absolutely amazing. They're very athletic, which is very nice, and we have guys that have really bought into the whole team concept, and several guys that have started off thinking they were going to play one position have moved over to other positions, and they've had an open heart about it, which is fantastic. So we're excited. We're very young. But we're very talented, very young, and so I'm beyond excited about this program and the quick growth that we're going to have. It's going to be really fun.
I'm going to have to call John Harrell and say, yeah, you got to update your board out there, because it only has 6 games.
Here's the cool thing is I know IndianaSRN is going to do at least 2 of those games.
Yes.
Devin called me yesterday and he said, haven't worked out the final details, but we're going to do this, this, and this. Are you okay with, hey, whatever you want, you let me know what you want to do. We want to get you on because this is a great program. Greenwood has been with us for a long, long time, and it's just to see the atmosphere and going down and visiting the school the other day and hearing people in the hallway, hey, we got football now. The kids are excited about that.
Yeah, we're hoping that it spreads and just excited to see what happens. People in the community are starting to hear about it, and it's just a matter of us actually doing it. So I know Greenwood Christian's been talking about it for a long time, and now we're really doing it.
I don't want to jinx anything, but we were with Covenant Christian for a while. They started a football program, and lo and behold, they've won a state championship.
Yeah.
We've been with Greenwood Christian for a while. They're starting a football program. No pressure there.
No pressure,
Andre,
Coach.
But hey.
I just want to win ours faster than they did theirs.
So how about that?
That's the attitude right there.
Talk about the home field where you're going to play your home games. What's the uniform? Sean's a big
Got to be
guy.
the uniforms, man.
What's the uniforms look like and all those things?
Yeah, when we came in and we started trying to research out fields, wow, we found that it was dead ends everywhere. Well, you just keep praying. I end up hiring a guy that is in Center Grove schools, and he knew all the people to connect with, and lo and behold, we're on a fantastic facility at Center Grove Middle School North. It's probably one of the best, for us to play on that. It would be one of the best 1A stadiums and facilities, in the state. They've done a great job in keeping that facility up, and so we feel very fortunate to be able to play our games there. Nice stands, press box, lights, track, So we're excited to get that atmosphere going and that culture built out there on that field, and hopefully eventually we'll be able to play some games on our own home field.
We got enough property.
We sure do. Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome. So this year, would it be a goal to try to win a couple of games, or have you set the bars, or what are you just having the kids improve each week?
Well, my goal is to win every game.
Well,
I don't go into anything where I'm not in there to win it, and I'm not here to build a program just to win 2 or 3 games. So we are going to do our best to try and win every game that we can. And
I like this guy.
We're going to get after it. So there's nothing holding anything back. Within these 4 years, I want to win a state title and get after it, and I really feel like we are in a geographical location where we could get that done.
That's awesome.
I wish you lots of success, Coach. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy a dinner. I know you got a little coupon. You might have to go back to Greenwood tonight, but bring the lady up. You'll enjoy the powwow shrimp.
Powwow shrimp.
I'm looking around, and my mouth's been watering through this whole thing because the food in this location is absolutely amazing, and so thankful for the opportunity to be here this evening.
Well, glad Greenwood is part of our family, and good luck to you. And hopefully we'll see you a couple games this year.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a time out. When we come back, a lot more for you from the Aspen Creek Grill.
Right here?
It's too late. No. You're covering the antenna.
There you go. I thought you meant location.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
I'm telling you, if you run wind sprints like Coach did, you get here on time.
Oh,
We're back at Aspen Creek Grill.
He's got the good logo on, so I'm all
telling you,
good.
Mike Kelly was running, and he tackled the Major D to get to the seat.
Yep. First name
It
bad.
textbook. It was textbook. Shoulder had the legs. I mean, it was.
Mike Kelly's the head coach of Hamilton Southeastern, and you just literally did run off the field. Talk a little bit about your team this year.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I think, a lot of questions on what we're going to be offensively. Defensively, we returned a significant amount of our team from last year, which is always a good thing to be able to bring those guys back. So you have some leadership. You have some guys that know how to play on Friday nights. But we also have guys on the offensive side of the ball that got a chance to get in the game last year due to where we were in games a lot last year. We were able to get a lot of guys in. So this year's not going to be their first night walking on the field to play on Friday.
I've noticed your schedule. It's probably the easiest schedule in the state of Indiana. You only play 9 6A schools. What is that all about, Coach? Come on.
Well, I think it's a great preparation for the postseason. I think it prepares us well for what we got to go through in order to be successful. And I think that's an awesome piece of our conference is the depth of our conference. I think there's not really a week that you say, hey, that team, we can put that down as a W. It's going to be us preparing every week, getting our guys ready to play for the stiff competition that we see in the HCC.
Speaking of the playoff, it's changed. The sectional for Hamilton Southeastern has changed. I know, knowing you, I know that hasn't changed your focus, but how do you keep the kids themselves from getting a different mindset, knowing it's a lot different than it's been in the past?
Well, I think, looking at our schedule, they saw the alignments, and there was a big buzz about that in the spring. And then since then, it's been focused on what we're doing right now and focused on the day-to-day and letting the future take care of itself and making sure we do what we need to do to prepare for LC Week 1.
The culture change when you came in, that was one of the big things I think that you had in mind was I want to build a culture, and people talk about that now everywhere you go within the school or mention your name, people talk about the culture you build. What's kind of the basis of that and what you want to do with the program?
Well, I think number one is getting a group of guys around you that coach and have the same philosophy you do, and I'm blessed to have a great coaching staff that helps build our team with a couple foundational thoughts. And number one is we're going to be tough. I think, toughness is something I tell our kids all the time. The weight room, HS easy. They're going to know they play HSE, and it's not going to be easy. And so our goal is to make sure we set that expectation every Friday night. We talk about, every team on our schedules looking at their opponents and kind of putting that litmus test on who they're going to beat and who they can circle as a win. And they're already talking about who you are and what you are. And it's our preparation on a daily basis that's going to help us be successful and making sure that we leave the impression when that team walks off the field facing us on a Friday night, we want to make sure that they know we're tough, we're going to be physical, and we're going to be relentless. And so we talk about those things all the time. Finish, make sure we do everything we do at 100%.
Talk about, because school now starts so early, and first day of practice of contact was Monday. Back in the day, now I'm dating myself very, very, very much, but we used to do 2-a-days right now in the month of August until September, and then you got to go to the jamboree. You're thrown right in. You literally have 14 days before your first game. How do you get it all done, Coach?
Well, I think one thing that IHSA has done is open up the summertime and allowed us the ability to put helmets and shoulder pads in the summertime. And so that's helped us out significantly in that preparation and making sure that we're stepping in the right direction offensively and defensively and as a team just from our understanding from schematics. The crazy thing is that we've been in helmet shoulder pads all summer long, and then day one you got to take off all that and all you can wear is a helmet. And so I think that's helped us out a lot. We also have the spring months where we don't do a significant amount of football drills. We spend about an hour on the field. Our main focus there is just the schematics piece of what we do and teaching our guys our scheme so that as we move into the summertime, we're not worried so much about scheme. We're worried more about a technique. And I think the thing that is unique about Indiana football over the course of the last 10 years, 15 years is the growth in the fundamental piece of the game. You look at, you're not going to out-coach people nowadays. You're not going to out-technique people. And so it's very important that you're precise in what you're doing from a fundamental standpoint.
One of the things that I look at is this is going to be our 7th year doing webcasting. We're doing 5 games every Friday night. Hopefully we'll get you on the air soon, Coach. But we look at that from top to bottom of Class A to to Class 6. Those teams are structured, and the state of Indiana football is crazy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think it has grown significantly. I think it goes to show you where we are from even a recruiting standpoint. You look at now, you see a lot more Division I colleges coming in, big-time Division I colleges coming in, looking at our players, and they realize that, not me, but just coaches around the state of Indiana do a phenomenal job in preparing their teams.
You played in college.
Yes, sir.
Taylor.
Yes, sir.
What position did you play?
I played offensive tackle.
Okay, so how did being an offensive tackle in college mold you to become a head coach in high school?
Well, I think it's systematic. I think, and so in my role now is a lot of systematic approach to the game and preparation. I think we always, as an offensive lineman, you're looking for that 1% that you can gain in your preparation and making sure you're ready to go. And so for me, it's making sure that we are fundamentally sound. And I tell our coaches, we're watching our first step of our guys. Where's their first step at? Because that oftentimes is going to dictate whether or not they're going to be successful. And so it's that piece of it that has changed it. And then I look at it from just the overall structure of our program, and it's making sure you have every I dotted and every T crossed, so to speak, in terms of top to bottom from your youth league all the way through.
So you went to Taylor. Mm-hmm. We're a faith-based company. Knowing you as I know you and your wife, who teaches next door to me, by the way.
And she's my better half. That's
yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
I outpunted my coverage. So
I did too. How does that play a part in your coaching philosophy?
Well, I think it's why I do what I do. In the public education, you can't really speak about your faith.
Right.
But it's why I do what I do. I think a lot of people have a different mindset, a different focus. My focus is to try and make boys to become men and do it so that they're better husbands, fathers, employees, employers, and they have a reason behind what it is they're doing. And so, a lot of guys get ups and downs and ebbs and flows of the coaching game, and I'm just as guilty as that. But I think my foundation is in my faith in Jesus Christ is why I do what I do, and so that keeps me grounded, keeps me focused, and keeps me. It makes the hard days a lot easier.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the facilities that are statewide as well. We also do the Heartland Conference, as you know. The 3A conferences facilities are unbelievable, but the state of Indiana, a lot of 6A, as Coach mentioned in 1A, they're going to play in a very beautiful stadium. But we're blessed in this state to have the facilities that we have and the coverage. We're doing 60 football games on Friday night through the 9-week season. That's a lot of football we get to cover.
Yes, and I think you see it's kind of like the who's got what type of thing, and it's the arms race, so to speak, in terms of your development of your overall facilities. And I think you look around the state and you see Noblesville now upgrading their facilities, and you see Zionsville did it a couple years ago, and Brownsburg just did theirs. And so there's a lot of money being spent. I think it goes to speak to the importance. We tell our kids is we're the front porch of our school. And so a lot of people are going to drive by and see what's going on within the athletic department, and then make their decision whether or not they're going to go to whatever school.
Well, I will tell you, I love Friday nights now when the turf field, other than the mud field, when I'm on the sidelines, because nothing like the mud field back in the day. But Coach, it's kind of neat. We're going to follow you all year long, and hopefully you have a great year. And maybe during our state championship trophy team show, you'll come on and maybe be.
Well, they'll be playing, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, how about this guy though?
Yeah. He's a great guy to have in your building. That's for sure. I work with Sean.
They always know the HSC score, whatever game I'm doing, because it's away, so I'm not there for the fan stand. I'm always refreshing Twitter looking for that HSC score.
Yeah, we have a scoreboard line, and HSC is always the first one.
Yes,
there
you go. Yes, it is.
Go Royals. That's right.
I just have one request. I know your lovely wife makes cookies for the seniors. If she could just add like an extra half dozen, because she's a really good cook.
Yeah.
I would love to get one on Friday nights.
Our cook for the HCS cookies.
I drop off the cookies in the AD's office and try to send them around, and so she does. She's amazing. I'm blessed, that's for sure.
Coach, we thank you for your time. Thanks for coming. Thanks. Enjoy your dinner because dinner's on us tonight.
Awesome. Well, even better.
Your dinner.
Oh,
is on us.
well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, a lot more for you from the Aspen Creek Grill.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Entrepreneurs are often the hardest working, most beloved and inspirational people on the planet. People who lead with heart and are fueled by passion. People like Randy, who found time while running his restaurants to put 3 adopted kids through college. Like Rebecca, who switched careers as an architect to achieve her dream of opening a music venue. And Mia, who turned an after-school hobby into an online floral empire. Entrepreneurs put the time in, lead by example, spark ideas, and impact communities, all while shaping the financial future of their families. Nearly 1 million entrepreneurs trust Heartland to provide the technology to make money, move money, manage employees, and engage customers. Because we're entrepreneurs, we're people, and we get it.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Back at Aspen Creek Grill. So far, so good, huh?
So far, so good. You know, I can't go wrong when you have the school you teach at here, and you know, Mike Kelly and you know, Dodson have been awesome so far. As you know, and our new supporter with Wheeler Mission, it's pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, Kyle Ray will be with us in just a couple of minutes. As now coaches are just now getting out of practice and getting here and sweating to get here on time.
Yes.
The place is rocking, and we have
packed.
a few of our fans here that's checking in and waving and saying, "Hey, are you doing this or doing that?"
They're waving at me, not at you. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 2
because I
people
teach
right
here.
over there
That's
that
true.
really likes us. So.
No, they really love you.
Okay.
That's for sure.
We are going to have Kyle Ray here in a few minutes, but our preseason poll came out last week, and Heritage Christian is in that poll.
They
in
should
the 2A. In fact, I saw them practice today, and Kyle does a good job. But he gave us our football for our prop today. But Heritage Christian could be a pretty good ball club in 2A.
Boy, I tell you what, when you look at, you know, yes, they lost Colton Brown and they lost Zach Schlammer, but bringing back Kyle Antoine, who we've seen already in the Indianapolis Star, is one of the guys out there for Mr. Football. The kid can sling it. They brought back a lot of talent and a lot of speed at Heritage Christian. They're going to be a fun team to watch this year.
Covenant Christian is also ranked in 1A. You have Evansville Memorial, which is a brand new school for us. It is in 3A. Chittard in 3A. Those two teams are always very good. We got to do a regional down there a couple of years ago, but from top to bottom, my favorite in 6A, I think Center Grove could be pretty good again in 6A.
Yeah, sometimes the rich do get richer, but
you think it's going to be Hamilton Southeast?
I mean, I've got to root for my home school. I mean, I always think that they're going to do it, whether or not they do. But 6A is so wide open. But I do think the change in their sectional is going to help them because A, they go up north, which is big, and two, you avoid the Carmels and the Westfields in sectional, and you wait till later. You can build some momentum in the playoffs before you have to play them.
Well, we talked about Heritage Christian, and next coming up, the Mr. Electricity. I love this guy. I would do any. In fact, when I walked into the gym today, he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Mr. IndianaSRN."
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you didn't enjoy that at all.
I thought Jerry was behind me at first. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back at Aspen Creek Grill, Sean Crawl, Keith Myers, and
Kyle Ray.
Here, Kyle Ray.
Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Literally ran off the field.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, just ran here.
So did you go 45 like it's supposed to, or did you go about 4?
I tried to go a little quicker.
Hey, there's a saying, Keith. 9 is fine.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do. Set the cruise at 9 over, and you're good.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this morning. Walked in, did a little bit of production that behind the scenes, and the nice thing that you did with our kids. But a lot of those kids already recognize that SRN's been with you now 5 years. And those kids were 8th graders, and now they're seniors. You got to be really happy with the senior batch. But talk a little bit about the marriage between SRN and Heritage Christian.
Yeah, I think we've had a great relationship with you guys, Keith, from the start. And so I do love getting the guys involved and making sure they know who you are, and because it's cool for us, for our kids to have family members that can watch them play no matter if they're in town or not. And so, and I love our kids, just showing respect and love for anybody, but especially those people that help us out. So I love how the guys, a lot of them already know you, and so yeah, that was fun. We gave Keith a nice ovation this morning, and it was good for his. I could tell it was good for his self-esteem.
Yeah, Nick, you barely get through the door when he got here.
Well, one of the things that the strength coach told me, you want to run a wind sprint? I'm not going to run a wind sprint. And Kyle called me a sissy.
Yeah, it was.
Well, let's talk some football. You graduated an absolute fantastic kid in Colton Brown, but you bring back Kyle Antoine, who's just an absolute a money man. The Indianapolis Star has been hyping him up as a kid that could really make some noise in Mr. Football. The outlook this year for you You brought a lot of guys back. How are you feeling right now? I'm sure you're always excited, but you got some serious talent.
Oh, yeah, I'm always excited. And like every year, I'm always optimistic, but this year there is a ton of talent. But with that, comes the word potential, which sometimes potential can be a bad word because it's like you just assume you're going to be good. And that's just not the way it works, especially with our schedule and in 2A and our sectional. If we want to make some noise this year, I mean, we got to come together as a team and work hard and play with an edge and play with intensity. But Colton Brown, I mean, what a career he had, over 5,000 yards, and he did so much for us. But that's the nature of just like football and life is you got to, I mean, those kids can't stay forever, and someone else has got to step up. And Kyle's going to be great, but also, I mean, Jalen Bonds, our sophomore running back, he's a special player too. So I'm excited for him to now have that role.
So what lessons can you take from the kids that got back from last year? You're 8-0 going into the playoffs, and you face the scene and you lose. What things did you take from that to carry into this year to help motivate them to know, like, nothing's ever given to you?
Yeah, I mean, last year, that's the scene of game. I felt we deep down didn't believe we could win without Kyle. And so that was tough. I thought we were almost beat before the game started just because the energy wasn't there, the passion wasn't there, and we just didn't play our best. But I think a lot of that starts in your head mentally. You got to believe you can win no matter what. And everybody that wins a state championship, you know this, Keith, they go through some sort of adversity.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about how you overcome it. And last year, that was we went undefeated in the regular season, and we were pretty healthy. Kyle goes down. That was our first bit of adversity, and we just didn't handle it the right way. But part of it was last year I didn't think we were a great practice team. And so we were gamers, but the first time that we had adversity, we didn't bring it. And so that's a big thing for me this year is we bring it every practice, every game.
The one thing I like about is the strength of your schedule. I mean, the first game of the year, okay, people look at that and say, okay, that's Traders Point.
Ooh,
Traders Point
they're tough.
was one play away of getting to the semifinals of their sectional in 1A football. Sam Carnes, good buddy of yours, head coach, we'll have him tonight. But week 2 is Shenandoah. Week 3 is Garin Catholic.
Garin Catholic.
It gets tougher and tougher. We get to do 7 of your 9 games, and we're really excited about doing that. But talk about that strength of schedule. You got a new athletic director. Can't blame it on the old athletic director. I actually could blame it on you because you want that stuff.
We do. I want to be able to play every week. I mean, we want the competition, and the games aren't fun when it's one-sided. That's not good for anybody. So I love our schedule. And yeah, Traders Point. First game is going to be a great game. Sam Carnes does a great job at Traders Point. Those kids are well coached. He's got some great athletes, and it's going to be a great test for us early on.
Cooper Simmons Little, man. The kid can sling it.
He works out with our quarterback, and I've seen Cooper's got a lot better, and he's had a lot of kids that have. And so, yeah, every week they got to bring it, but that's what it takes to win in the playoffs. I mean, winning a sectional in football is hard. You have to play against tough teams and win every week.
Well, the one thing I love about our sectional playoffs in Indiana, especially in 1, 2, 3, and 4A, you got to play 4 weeks to get to the sectional final. You win that, then you have to, a couple of years ago, I think we followed you all the way to the regional final at Western Boone.
Yeah.
A snowy day.
It was so cold.
It was so cold that night. But that's how tough our playoffs are, because you have another season.
Oh my gosh, it's a month long. So it's just having that endurance to just be able to perform every night. And sectionals, it could be 25 and sleeting. Or so you got to be able to play in any environment.
We were there.
Grass on turf.
We were there a few years ago. Yeah, well, no, I was on the field for pregame a few years ago. Frozen my took us off. But one of the things I also like that you do is you schedule sectional opponents during the year. Yeah. Being someone, the Circle City Conference in football, it's different. But you're talking Eastern Hancock and LaPel and Shenandoah. You put them on the schedule so you have an idea of what those teams like should you draw them come sectional time.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, I just assume everybody has all our film anyway.
Yeah.
So sometimes people are protective of if they're gonna see certain film. I just assume everybody's got all the film, and so.
They watch you on IndianaSRN.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, if you play physical football and you win the turnover battle, most of the time you're gonna put yourself in the right position.
got a couple of new role players as well, and one of the things, you have a new coach, and one of those coaches is a speed coach, and you told me this morning that you think you're probably the fastest that you've been in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's one thing we really emphasized speed this offseason. I mean, we wanted to get stronger, obviously, but speed was a priority, and as a team, we tracked it. We hired a speed coach. That was his only job this summer, was to help us get faster, and I'm hoping it's going to pay dividends this year. I really think. I mean, you got to win the line of scrimmage. Obviously, it's football, still football, but when you got guys that can run top end speeds, you could be very dangerous, especially when you have a quarterback like Kyle.
Now, if you ever been at his practice, he always quarterbacks as well. And a couple years ago, I'm going to tell myself, I forgot Debbie's birthday. And Kyle, once again, embarrassed me and said, okay, this guy forgets his wife's birthday, calls my wife on the cell phone in New York City and sang happy birthday to her. And she thought that was kind of special. But Kyle did it. What is it about the community? Because you don't only do that for us, but you do that for the whole entire community.
Nobody has more energy than this dude.
I try. I mean, I just, God's given me a passion and a calling to be where I'm at, and that's what I love. I mean, I told somebody earlier today, I met a parent, and I said, I could see myself retiring at Heritage, really. I mean, I love it there. I love our kids. I love the community. I love the families. And I felt like when I got the job, it was like I wasn't ready for the job. And it was like God was telling me I was ready, so I applied. Because I was 27. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I just went, but it was on faith, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it was like, I tell my first senior class, which now I got 2 of them coaching with me. But I tell them now, I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know what I was doing that first year. Like, I was just trying to wing it. And
you did a good job.
But I always had the support, and that was, and that keeps you going to just try to get better. And we've gotten a lot better, and the kids have bought in.
The cool thing is you have a new role at Heritage, Chris. You go ahead and tell everybody what you're doing.
I'm now assistant principal in the elementary, so I'm excited. It's been
very nice.
It's something where obviously more leadership, but also I can still coach football because that's something.
And school starts
Wednesday.
For you.
Wow, we'll be in for a week by then. Can we talk about the black? Like, is that set in stone? The whole black thing,
like
the color black with the uniforms.
Oh yeah, our guys love it. All black's a big game. When we're all black, it's a big game.
But you're blue. Your color's blue.
Opening night, they'll be wearing black.
Yeah.
I'm a uniform guy, and
we have blue, but we have blue, black, and white. You know, it's like, so we have a good mix. But all black. The boys, if you ask them what their favorite uniform to wear is, it's all black.
There we go.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle, we thank you for coming in. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
We'll take a break. When we come back, trivia. Denny Tolles is back.
Oh.
To do trivia. You need to stick around because Denny's going to embarrass
I'm going to get a steak or something.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll be back right after this.
Needing to hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services in Indianapolis and its 5 surrounding counties. Call us today at 317-900-6202. Now hiring qualified applicants.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families and treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
And we're back at Aspen Creek Grill. Keith Meyer, Sean Kroll. Denny Bowles is back.
He's got his paper. He's got his piece of paper.
Are you ready? This is how this works. You got 5 questions. All you need to do is, you have 6 questions tonight.
Okay.
All you got to do is answer 4 right, and someone in the audience is going to get a $20 gift card from Aspen Creek Grill. If you don't, then we get to boo you, which is really kind of cool. But we won't embarrass you, and we won't call your boss at all. And
Okay.
no pressure. He is watching tonight.
Okay.
Here's a hint. Keith holds the paper out really far when he's asking the questions. You might be able to
Okay,
peek.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take off my glasses so I can see better. Okay.
Well, I don't have my glasses, so unless it's like at 80 font, I
Does
won't
he
see
get
it
help?
anyway.
Does
so.
he get help?
No help.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't need help. I don't need help.
All right, here we go. Number 1. Name the only IPS team that has won an IHSAA football state final. Is it Indianapolis Tech, Indianapolis Shortridge, or Indianapolis Washington?
Indianapolis, Washington.
Indianapolis, Washington, 1974, 1975. The head coach was?
Bill Springer.
Bill Springer, correct.
Was that 2 questions, or was that
that's
just one? No.
Come on.
You get extra credit.
Extra credit. No extra credit. Number 2. What team won 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s? The Indianapolis Colts, the Dallas Cowboys, or the San Francisco 49ers?
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys.
That was close because the Niners won in 89, 90, and 96.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's
All
close.
right. Question number 3. You're doing really well. You nervous?
No.
Okay, here
I
we
got
go.
this.
What Motown singer tried out for the Detroit Lions in 1970? No lie, folks. Was it Stevie Wonder,
Michael Jackson,
Lionel Richie, or Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. Did he make the team?
No.
No. Did he make a cut?
No.
No, he did not. Okay.
Oh, wait. I mean, a Detroit Lion back near that time still holds the record for the most interceptions in a season. Also played for the Rams.
Lynn Barney?
No. Dick Night Train Lane.
Night Train Lane.
Night Train Lane.
Wow. Thanks, Sean.
No problem.
That's brought to you by
From memory.
From memory. There we go. All right, number 4. You're doing well. Which team has the highest total wins in the FBS? Is it Alabama?
Roll Tide.
Notre Dame. I said Notre Dame. Notre Dame or Michigan?
Michigan.
Wow. Did you cheat? All right.
Roll Tide.
This is it. Well, you already won the prize, so we get to pick out somebody, so that's good. Which team has the most players drafted in the first round of the NFL? Now, this is a tough one. Is it Alabama?
Roll Tide.
Purdue or USC?
Did he actually put Purdue in there?
USC.
USC is correct. All right. Final. He's 5 for 5. And we never had anybody get them all right.
Wow. That'd be impressive.
A little bit of pressure here. What is the most called penalty in a high school football game on Friday night? Is it offensive holding, delay a game, or false start?
False start.
That's correct. Wow, 6 for 6.
Man.
Wow.
So during our break, we'll make sure we get out a
Batted
coupon for
1,000.
Denny, and we'll pick out an audience. Maybe we can interview him, because Denny won the trivia question.
I'm sure they would love to be on TV.
I'm sure. Who knows? You never know. So, Denny, as we're talking, and with we're halfway through the show, and a lot of talented coaches, you get to meet them off camera. What are people? They're the same people on camera that they are off camera, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. And like I say, I just was able to talk to Greenwood Christian's coach. Had not met him before, but some of the things that he would like to do with his program, not just in between the 100 yards, but outside the program and kind of growing them and really giving them really a holistic training is incredible. And it's great that we have coaches in places like that really can speak into the lives beside just the X's and O's of a football game.
Do you think the growth of the talent of football in Indiana, I like to call it the Peyton effect, with the Colts getting popular and Lucas Oil, that a lot more people bought into football, and that's really helped it grow in the state?
Oh, absolutely. I know, as old as I am, I remember pre-Peyton, it was kind of like, oh, yeah, that was the other sport. And now it's like it's a 24/7, 365 on social media, on just about any place you turn. It's almost nonstop anymore. And not just nationally, but like you say, here, and that's got to be attributed to Peyton and what he brought to the team, and not just the success, but just kind of the type of guy he was also.
You've been around the Indianapolis public schools, and you see their talents getting better and better. What school is going to take that breakout step next? Is Tech on the urge there? What will it take to get that step done? They are vast improved than what they were 5-6 years ago when we started webcasting those games. But what step takes for that?
I think the biggest thing, and whether or not it's an IPS school or any of these other schools that have really gotten newer programs, is just building that consistency. Because if you don't have the consistency in the coaching staffs and the administrations, you're not really going to be able to build that culture that you need, where kids come in with some level of expectation of, this is what's expected of me on this football field, in this locker room. And boy, that's a hard thing to overcome if you're having to kind of, if that is very wishy-washy. And oh, by the way, I also have to play my football game too. So I think it's just some stability within the program itself, because I think that you've got talented kids there, but you don't really always access it very well if you don't have a stable environment around them.
It's amazing how important the word culture has become in athletic programs, because you spend so much time together. If you have that stable culture and foundation, and kids are accountable and those kind of things, you can really see them do amazing things.
Oh, yeah. And whether or not it's high school sports or college or pros, when you talk about an underachieving team, what do you usually talk about? Well, they don't really have a great culture in the locker room, on the field. Or if they have a really great one, you're like, boy, they're really playing above their level. It's like, well, because they've got a great culture. And so that is, it's a word that's sometimes overused, but it's still very impactful and very significant if you have it or if you don't.
Right.
So one of the things that we talked with Coach Kelly about was the facilities that these now coaches have and these players have. You went to Ben Davis, and you struggled to have a football field that you had lined for practice, and now these kids have turf and all those things. The kids today in this culture, I think, are spoiled a little bit, and it's the guys. One thing I love is what a lot of our coaches do that we cover. They remember the guys who brought them to where they are. And talk a little bit about the facilities, because you personally, again, with Greenwood Christian a couple of years ago, saw that and saw the need of a weight room, and all of a sudden that summer, here comes the weight room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you've got that visual, and athletes are really good about wanting to have a visual of seeing something. And when you've got that visual in your mind that is just fresh, of knowing that the dirt clods and the bare spots on the ground that you're practicing in, and you're having to remove all kinds of junk from the field just to be able to have a decent practice. And then your program evolves to the point that whether or not it's got turf or not, but it's just got something you can be proud of. Well, you walk on that field with a little bit different feeling because you know where you came from. And you're right, there's some kids now that are growing up that all they've known is the incredible turf, and then they kind of become entitled that they go to some place that's really a pretty nice place, and they're like, yeah, boy, this place really looks worn, doesn't it? So it kind of does work both ways. But those kids that's been able to see from cradle to grave, I think they have just a lot more of appreciation of where they're at and what they have.
We saw that at Beach Grove, Keith. We did games there where we couldn't see the feet on the opposite side because of the crown of the field. And there were dirt spots on the side, but now they have turf, and they're like, we're big time now.
Yeah.
We got to play that way
Yeah.
because Beach Grove has turf.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that does play a lot into the mindset of the kids. Like, oh, well, look at our janky stadium here. Yeah, we don't. But they're like, we're just like everybody else now.
Yeah.
I think that makes a huge difference.
Okay, so on Friday night, now you know our schedule. You got 9 weeks. Are you going to be at one of our events every Friday night, or are you going to be watching it at home? Because this guy will probably have 5 computer screens watching all 5 days. You're a big fan. Is there some team out there you're watching underneath the radar this year?
Well, you know, I wouldn't say there's anything underrated. Certainly, with my relationship with Covenant Christian, I like to say it. But because I've been at Greenwood Christian for a few years, helping them doing some stuff off the, I really and I enjoy hearing his passion for what he's doing, and having seen Covenant come from no program to where they're at now, I'm really interested in seeing Greenwood Christian. Yeah, there's no qualms about the fact that, although I know he wants to win every game, I'm pretty sure he won't. But yet, just part of the joy is seeing that progression of a team like that. But again, having been a Ben Davis grad too, I'm always, I'm not sure a school that's got 12 million kids really is an under the radar person either. So
we're going to take a break. Denny, we appreciate Wheeler Mission being part of our family. I know it's going to be a long term because you're going to make sure that stays, and we're
Absolutely.
going to make sure that we provide you what we are selling you. And all we can do is put kids on TV and give them an opportunity,
Yep.
and we've done that. In fact, on August the 19th, opening night of football will be our 2000th and 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004 games that has been broadcast on IndianaSRN.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Wheeler is certainly proud to be a part of it. We're glad to be able to partner with you on this. Very much excited about not just now, but then the future. So.
We're going to take a break. We got Sam Carnes coming from Traders Point, but we're going to talk a little about in depth of our schedule and all those neat things that's coming your way. And we may have the Aspen Creek winner sitting right here.
We may talk some NFL too.
Yeah, a little bit. And NFL starts tonight.
Yeah, it does.
So, by the way, our producer tonight, Nick Lewis. Just
great job.
I need it. Well, he gets paid when we
need
announce
to get his
name.
head out of the nachos so he can press the buttons.
I think that's his third powwow shrimp.
I'm jealous.
We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. it's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. Looking for a great family experience? Well, look no further than Indy's best campground, KOA Indianapolis. RV sites, tents, cabins, and glamping. It's just minutes away. The kids will love the new splash park, horses, and summer activities. Whether you're roasting marshmallows around the campfire for gooey s'mores, enjoying our amazing pizza delivered to your site, or hand-dipped ice cream. Don't forget to visit our gift shop boutique where you'll find supplies of all your gift and camping needs. Go on KOA.com to book or call us at 317-894-1397. Mention IndianaSRN for a free bundle of fireworks.
A career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
Back at Aspen Creek Grill, Sean Frawl and an ex-student of Sean's and Keith Myers. This is Sam Carnes, the head coach at Traders Point Knights.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to think I had to go through the
alphabet. All right. It's been a long show.
So how's practice been today?
It's great. It's been a great week. Better weather than we deserve. Tell the kids they've been lucky.
It's 90 degrees.
Oh no, it needs to be hot. It needs to be too.
Yeah.
It's been there's been clouds and a nice breeze. It's been good. The kids, it's our inter-squad scrimmage week, so we've been doing a lot to compete against each other. We call it Navy Silver Week, and pads been popping, and kids have been competing. It's been awesome.
We've had Mike Kelly on, and we had Kyle Ray. Kyle Ray, by the way, is in the restaurant somewhere.
Yeah,
going to lay it down.
Listening.
So no wrestling tonight.
No, not yet.
We got you on opening night, and it's been one of our feature game. Talk about the excitement about that one.
Yeah, I couldn't have more respect for Kyle. He's a great guy. He was a GA at Taylor when I was playing football there. So a couple of the guys that coach with me played at Taylor when he was coaching there. So we know him well. But great opportunity to, we feel like we're trying to grow and become the premier program in the state where you can get a Christian education and get a football education and a life education. We're trying to get to that spot. And what a great opportunity to measure ourselves against one of the best Christian programs in the state. They do a great job. So excited for that game.
We have 4 or 5 games this year on the network of IndianaSRN. You're on the feature game of the week twice. And I know you and I talk. We talk at 5:30 in the morning on Friday morning. I think I wake him up. And sometimes you go, I've been up all night. I've been
Don't
walking.
ever call me at that time in the morning.
It's best time of the morning. Man.
It is. Just me, myself, and my thoughts. It's great.
So you lost some speed from last year.
Yeah.
There was certain guys, but you're bringing back a quarterback who is super talented and is getting better and better. And Cooper Simmons Little. Well, where do you see that he's headed for this year, his senior year?
Yeah, I think Cooper is going to surprise a lot of people. I think that if they saw what we've seen this summer, not just in practice these last couple of weeks, but in the many scrimmages that we've had this summer, they would be expecting great things out of him as well. He's done so much work with Anthony Morelli at Pro X, which Kyle Ray's quarterback's there with him every week, along with a lot of other quarterbacks in the Indianapolis area. But he's done so much work there to fix his feet and just to deliver the ball. This is his 3rd year of football. If he had been playing football since he was in 7th grade, then it wouldn't be, hey, look at this surprise, Cooper Simmons Little. Everybody would know his name. So I think after this year, he's going to put up some great stats. He's got a great O-line in front of him. He's got great receivers. And my brother, the offense coordinator, does a great job calling the plays, setting him up for success. So, yeah, I'm excited. We did lose some speed, but we've got a lot of receivers back, and we just got some new receivers in that a lot of weapons to throw the ball around to.
Talk about Cooper's leadership, though. I know sneaking in, watching a little bit of practice this summer, his leadership is there as well. I mean, he leads by example.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the offseason talking about leadership because, just like with anything else, we teach them how to run, how to read a defense against a flood route. We got to teach them how to lead. And so he, along with other seniors, went through leadership classes this year and last year, and it's great to see that carry over. Him and his good buddy Philip Moran have done a great job leading the skill guys. Yep. And just like today when it got hard, when we were competing and we were running, they both kind of right there encouraging their guys. And, on offensive line, we've got great leaders in Christian Heiser, Hawk Johnson. Glad to have Hawk back this year after the injury last year. And Calvin Falk. They all do a great job. Christian's like 120 pounds, 130 pounds, but he's a two-way starter on the line, and he's one of our best linemen. He does a great job. So
I wish I had 120 pounds.
It's been a while since I was 120 pounds.
I can stand to lose that much.
Yeah.
Who's somebody that's really kind of jumped out at you that you maybe didn't expect to make the leap that is really going to contribute a lot for your team this year?
Well, that's a tough question because I know them all so well. I will say this. Number one, Hawk Johnson missed his junior year. He tore his ACL. We had to move since he was our starting left tackle, we had to move our quarterback to left tackle when Hawk tore his knee, 1A football. And that paved the way for Cooper to be quarterback last year. But so we're excited to have Hawk back, absolutely. But Ryan Kowal was a freshman last year and didn't really do much on a Friday. We saw flashes at practice where it was like, yeah, he's going to be good. And this summer, man, he's been confident. He's played confident. He's played fast. Looks great with the ball in his hands and is playing for us at safety as well. So I'm excited for Ryan, and he's a sophomore, so we're excited to have him. But we've got a lot of guys that have worked really hard. Sheldon Hackett bought it into the weight room this offseason and is going to start for us at will linebacker. He's a sophomore as well. A kid that a year ago I would have said, he's a couple years away, but, man, he works so hard in the weight room. It was like, man, we can't not put this kid out there. So he's doing a great job for us as well.
Talk about your growth of the program. When you got there, you were, I think, at maybe 27 players or so. You've grown that program a little bit. I know the first couple of years were lean, but people now look at your schedule and see what you have done not only in the regular season but in the tournament, because your tournament draw, again, last year you were right there, Coach.
Yeah, so I just want to first say it's definitely not – I know you said I, but I just want to say it's a we, absolutely. At our school, we've got a lot of great people working at Traders Point Christian Schools. Adam Stevenson, the guy before me, did a great job building the program, which is a huge task, just getting it off the ground. But after that, when I got there, right in the middle of COVID, weeks after the world shut down, we had 19 guys. Philip Moran was still playing soccer. Cooper Simmons Little wasn't on the football team, and so it's just like starting the only thing, and we couldn't meet, so the only thing I could do is just Zoom. Send these guys an email saying, hey, you should be football players, and we're going to have a Zoom meeting next week. So it was definitely, that was a challenging year, absolutely, while commuting from my last school district. And so just to build a relationship with the guys in the building and just starting, I always say we do the little things the right way all the time, good things will happen. And we feel like we've done that as coaches in the building. I was able to get one of my best friends who's a great coach and a great teacher to come from Brownsburg into the school, and I think that's helped the school culture as well because he's the best teacher I've ever worked with. But having those coaches, another guy that I played college football with, Cody Shreen, was already in the building. They do such a great job of building relationships with the kids during the school day, and it's like these kids are like, man, I can't not play for Coach Shreen. He's such a good guy. And so it's definitely a we thing, and I'm just happy to be with those guys.
If you have any advice for Andre down at Greenwood Christian. He talked to us today, Coach. In fact, he reminded me of you, Coach. He says, I got 18 kids today.
Yeah.
I want to get to 25. What would be the advice that you would give him? He's still waiting for you. I think he wants to talk to you a little bit today.
Yeah,
too.
well, my advice would be to talk to Adam Stevenson, because he did that. He did that a lot of that groundwork for us, and I've reaped the rewards from that. So Adam lives in the Fishers area, so thank you, Adam. But no, I would say just keep doing the little things the right way, and just keep working hard, and represent Christ well, and represent Christ well on the football field, at home, and at school, and good things will happen. And yeah.
One of the things a lot of the coaches have talked about or have mentioned us off the air is the support they get from their other half, or what they like to call their better half. Give the people a little bit of behind the scenes of what it's like to be a coach's wife, and how important it is that they support you in what you do, because it's a lot of time that you guys put into it.
I don't know that I can answer that question. I think she would be better to answer that question. But I mean, like, she's here tonight, and she understands the importance of this. She sees what we do, and not even when I was just at Traders Point, but at my previous places as well. It's kingdom work, and she realizes the importance of this when she sees. When she sees the fruits of our labor, when she sees those relationships and the way that Christ has worked through the coaches, use us as a vehicle to work through us to impact these kids. When she sees that, she knows it's worth it. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's the one staying up late at night, helping out, especially now that we have a little one. It is such a challenge for her to do all that extra work, and I'm not there to help. And she absolutely supports it. And she knows at any day that she could pull the plug, because she's a bigger priority to me than football. And so it's always I'm doing it until she says I can't. But she loves it. She's there on Friday nights, and she understands the importance of it. And that's what makes it. It's hard. It's tough, but that's what makes it worth it for her and for us.
Sean, you know that our involvement off the field with a lot of these schools, the devotions, and fortunately for me, as the vice president of the company, a lot of these coaches have asked me to do devotion and stuff. It is kind of cool to see all the schools that we had tonight represent the Lord very well. And maybe you don't have to say it, but all you have to do is show it, and you've done that, and your kids see that. The cool thing I love about going to your place is your little kids, your littles, see the camera, and they want to be on the camera. What is it like to have a 1A program to be shown week in and week out, or at least heard about Traders Point?
Yeah, my dad always says that Traders Point's the best kept secret in Indianapolis. I do feel like we have some of the best coaches in 1A, some of the best facilities in 1A, the best uniforms in 1A, and so to have exposure, it's like if people just knew about us, and I'm sure the Greenwood Christian coach feels the same way. But if they just knew about the kind of coaches we had, and the kind of kids we had, and the teachers we have in the building, what our kids get to experience on a daily basis when they come through those doors, there'd be people knocking down the door to get in. And so I think the opportunity to have exposure is awesome, just because I think that's part of the next step towards growing. And I would obviously love to grow. I would obviously love to win a state championship, and I would love to see the school and the football program do this. But our top priority is just always still going to be making sure that we're instilling those Christian values in our kids and walking that walk for them.
Final question for me.
Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
Your new assistant athletic director came from the Eagles. First night of the season, where is he sitting? Is he sitting?
There's no doubt.
He knows.
No doubt. No. Tyler is all about Traders Point.
Okay, good.
Tyler, he's a great guy.
I know you're watching.
No doubt. Tyler's a great guy. He's been awesome. Kayla Wyatt, congratulations to her on her new family member. Just had a son this last spring, and Tyler was gracious enough to start early and come in and kind of pick up in June while she was still on maternity leave. And he's been great to work with, and we're lucky to have him. Yeah, but he loves Traders Point and is all about it. And like the rest of us, he's there for the long run. And we really believe the Lord is working in our school, and we're here to help it grow. So,
my wife asked me the other day. She said, "What year is this for you teaching?" And I had to count. This is my 18th year. It's the longest I've ever done anything, and it's the most. Times like this is where it's gratifying. We were talking off the air. my last year at Westfield was the first place I taught. Sam was a freshman. His brother Ben was there. I've gone through with some kids. Kevin Plawecki plays in the MLB now, all that kind of stuff. But to see,
why I quit baseball.
Yeah, to see the kids that you saw as high schoolers, and to see where you thought they could be, and to see them doing this now is the most rewarding thing about being a teacher. And from my perspective, to see the kids that you've invested in, even though I didn't have you in class, but just that environment, being part of that environment, and seeing them take it and go and do great things and continue to grow young kids into great men and women is so satisfying.
Well, that's why we all do it, right? There's actually another Westfield alumni running around to the manager of the restaurant, Garrett Mathis. But absolutely. And I think that most of us who have become teachers, we became teachers because of people like that, right? Terry O'Neill, Mike Steele, Bo Belden. These are all guys that know, Todd Hagmeyer, they know because they've received a handwritten letter from me like, you're the reason that I do this. And when I looked at my life in 8th grade and said, man, who's had an impact on me other than my parents? It was absolutely my teachers and my coaches. And whether or not, not even necessarily just in my Christian walk, but just they've impacted me. And so, as a young kid, I was like, well, I'm naive enough to think I can change my small corner of the world by doing that. And it's the most rewarding job there is. I literally could not imagine, not that anybody paid me to do it, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else than being a teacher and a football coach. And it is an absolute blast because of the reward that you get from the kids and those aha moments when they get it, when you see them mature. Last year we had a kid, it was a senior, Jaden Corey. He was a really bad football player as a sophomore, and it was his first year, and he kind of not just grew as a football player, but he became a beast on the football field, and he became a better man. And just to see that, not that it's me, but it's football. And we all need football more than football needs us. And Jaden needed it, and he grew so much as a man because of it. And just to give those kids that opportunity by doing the best that I can do for them every day, there's nothing better, and that's what God's called me to do, and that's why I'm here.
Week 1, we have Heritage Christian Traders Point. It's at Traders Point. It's on IndianaSRN. Cannot wait. Coach, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Much. Go Knights.
Enjoy your dinner.
Appreciate it. And love the unis.
When we come back, we'll preview.
New ones too.
Oh, nice.
Well, when we come back, we'll preview week number 1 right after this.
A sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. You know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year, all sorts of sports. Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN. back at Aspen Creek Grill. It's been a pretty filled night, huh?
It has been. It's been awesome. And that's the wonderful thing about shows like this. You're like 2 hours, and then it's gone. It's over.
Yeah. And the cool thing is we want to thank Mike Bennett and his
Yes.
staff. They have been taking care of the coaches. Line them up. Debbie's over there talking up to all the ladies, and it was kind of cool to see the wives tonight as well.
Yes.
A night away, maybe for the kids just for a little bit because the doggy dog season starts.
It's a grind. It really is. And I thought that was important to ask at least one of the coaches to understand like the family support they need because it's a lot of time.
IndianaSRN will bring you 60 football games this fall.
That's just high school, right?
No, that includes our Heartland schedule as well.
Heartland Conference.
Yeah. James, yeah. Okay, Jimmy, he always says something. But it all begins for us August 12th as we will do a couple of preseason jamboree type of things, scrimmages that will not be seen on IndianaSRN, but it gets our crew ready, our producers ready, gets our camera guys in tune because on the 19th our football season begins and it's
unbelievable.
And many games. In fact, we have one game that's not been determined yet. So
really?
We have 4 that I can tell you about.
Okay.
There's a 5th one working.
Well, we know one is Heritage Christian Traders Point.
That's right. Speedway Covenant Christian
Okay.
As well. As you mentioned, the Heritage Christian Traders Point. How about this one? Evansville Memorial is a new school for us.
Welcome to the family.
They play Jasper that night. Parameridian at Franklin Central.
I think that's where I'm at, isn't it?
I do believe.
Yeah.
And also a new team in our schedule this year is South Bend St. Joe up in South Bend. And
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're in South Bend.
Yes.
We're in Evansville.
Yes.
And we're all over the middle of the state, too.
Yes.
We cover the whole state.
The whole state.
Who else does that?
Well, I got to announce our play-by-play guy up at South Bend.
Uh-huh.
You know him, you love him. Carl Stutzman is coming.
Carl
is coming back to
it's
Indiana.
nice to have a Bears fan, another Bears fan.
And Javin Richmond will be doing the Evansville games with Mike Savara.
Nice.
We'll be down in Evansville. So
excellent.
Week 1, I've already drawn my stick. I have to go down to Evansville week 1, but looking forward to that. But you're right, from top to bottom. Plus all the soccer and all the volleyball games
Can't forget that either.
We've got to thank all the people behind the scenes that make that possible for us because this is our 7th year. Cannot wait because I think this is the bigger and better year that we're looking forward to. A lot of good things on IndianaSRN. Here's the punchline. If you like to help us do more of that, there's a donate button right here on our website. Click on that donate button. That will assure us to do more games, and we can't do it without the great people like the Wheeler Mission and Morales Group. And if I try to do them all, I'll miss somebody.
You will, yeah.
We have so many. IUPUI is another one. It's so many people who underwrite for us, and we couldn't do it without them.
Well, at the same time, too, if you're involved with the school and you're like, we kind of like what they do, we'd like to maybe get our school involved, coach at IndianaSRN.org. Trust me, he will come talk to you. That is for sure.
And I'll travel anywhere. If I go
Yes,
to South
yes,
Bend on Wednesday,
yes, you will.
Down to Evansville on Thursday, I'll do anything we need to do. So, again, we want to thank our CEO, Jerry Collins, Nick Lewis, our camera guy, Stick. Stick has done a nice job.
Sticks is awesome.
He's lost a lot of weight, though.
Yeah, I'm jealous, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so steady.
Steady hands.
Yes, very steady.
Well, Tuesday we were at Vic. Tonight we're at Aspen. Saturday we're at our meeting. I guess I'll see you next Friday night at
I'll see you Saturday.
Oh, you will see me.
Yeah.
But we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. God bless you. Enjoy your week.